This is KGW News at noon.
Hi everyone, we are starting this noon with the stormy weather. It's wet, it's windy, and it's going to stay that way for the next couple hours. Meteorologist Chris McGinnis is here now with a look at those peak wind gusts.
Yeah, those are some gnarly looking cameras out there right now, Brenda. Okay, so far breaking it down, what we have 74 miles an hour. That's the peak gust I could find so far along the Oregon coast in Lincoln City. The Clatsop Spit just clocked a gust of 68 miles an hour, and just across the mouth of the Columbia River up in southwest Washington, Cape Disappointment at 65. Newport, Oregon, just shy of 60 miles an hour. Again, those are all along the Oregon coast. We bring you inland, and it is really raining pretty hard out there. There's a live look at the ODOT camera right now, I-5 down in the Tualatin area, and you can see lots of water out there as well. The rain impact will be very quick, as will the uptick in the wind here. We're already seeing wind gusts at PDX that are topping 30 miles an hour. I saw a 46 mile an hour wind gust last check down at Scotts Mills, which is just east of Salem. One thing I wanted to point out, note the winds in Astoria now. The wind has shifted from the south to the northwest. So the front has now cleared the North Oregon coast. And with that in mind, we're actually seeing some improvement in this sky camera. This is the Astoria column sky camera above Astoria. And for a little while there, we couldn't see anything because the wind was whipping the rain sideways. There's radar over the last 3 hours, and the front is quickly pressing off to the south and east. It is now pouring out in East County, and that heavy rain is about to work its way out into the Columbia River Gorge as well. The live scan shows that the back edge of the heaviest rain is about to enter, let's say, just east of Hillsboro, and that will clip right on through downtown here over the next 30 minutes. So our timing is working out about as we expected. It's a rainy mess in downtown right now. The temperature has slipped a couple of degrees at the airport, and Brenda, as bad as it looks out there right now, as gnarly as the roads look, this is all going to be gone in about 90 minutes. And then things will cool off and quiet down as we head into tonight and tomorrow. More on that with your full forecast in just a few minutes.
We'll see you then. Thank you, Chris. Well, both state and federal officials are warning people to stay away from flooded areas. The Statesman Journal reports coastal counties are seeing severe flooding. Parts of the gorge have also had trouble. And with more rain on the way, the U.S. Forest Service is asking people to stay away from any flooded areas. Well, as this windstorm rolls through, we'll keep you updated on any traffic, closures, and power outages. You can find our coverage on KGW.com and on our social channels. Well, this week, people who are houseless will start moving into a new cold weather shelter in Hillsboro. It's called Cloverleaf, and it's located on Northeast 28th Avenue, right near the Max line. It has 50 beds for men and women and will be open until March. Open Door, an organization that works with the houseless, partnered with Washington County to help keep people safe.
I mean, on any given night, we have hundreds, if not thousands of people sleeping outside. And I mean, things like this are part of an immediate solution that we're working to implement with short-term solutions and also long-term housing.
Washington County has other cold weather shelters in downtown Hillsboro and also in Beaverton. Well, in just about 30 minutes, President Biden is set to sign his new infrastructure bill into law. He's already picked a supervisor for all those projects, former New Orleans Mayor Mitch Landrieu. The White House says he'll coordinate federal agencies to work on roads, ports, bridges, and airports. You can see President Biden sign this new bill. We'll carry it live right here on KGW. Again, it's set to happen around 12:30. Now to staff shortages in our schools. It's so bad that districts in the Northwest are having to cancel classes. North Bend called off classes Friday, leaving parents scrambling. It doesn't have enough substitutes when full-time teachers call in sick.
About 20% of our staff out with some kind of either absence, illness, leave request, some kind of, and again, oftentimes we can adjust to that, but we're at a shortage of subs.
In September, Oregon lowered the license requirement for substitute teachers to try and hire more people. The other thing driving the shortage, some teachers are simply quitting because it's stressful working during the pandemic. The state of Washington says it's having the same trouble. On Friday, schools in Seattle, Bellevue, and Kent also had to cancel classes. Well, to fight the shortage, schools here in the Portland metro area say they're offering incentives to attract substitutes and other staff. And it's working. The Beaverton School District says after announcing financial incentives, applications for subs increased tenfold. And over in the Reynolds School District, a recent job fair was a big success.
On Friday, we had 11 conditional offers, and on Saturday, we had 6 conditional offers, and those offers were for various positions.
The Reynolds School District hired people to fill all kinds of jobs, from subs to bus drivers. Well, in the pandemic, outside experts and at least one Multnomah County commissioner say Oregon needs to set clear metrics to determine how long our outdoor mask mandate will stay in place. Oregon and Washington are the only 2 states in the country that still have any kind of statewide outdoor mask mandate. Here in Oregon, everyone is required to wear masks outside if they can't stay at least 6 feet away from other people. That's why we still see football fans and soccer fans at matches wearing their masks, even though there have been very few, if any, COVID cases linked to local outdoor sporting events. Multnomah County Commissioner Sharon Myron, who's also a medical doctor, said at this point, Oregon should drop that outdoor mask mandate.
Well, from what I can see, when it comes to wearing masks outdoors, the evidence suggests if someone is vaccinated and they're in an outdoor setting, unless it's literally standing room only, there's a very low risk of COVID transmission.
She also said people who are not vaccinated should still wear masks both inside and outside. And Commissioner Myron also wants the state to set metrics for when we won't need masks anymore. The governor's office said the Oregon Health Authority and Oregon OSHA may develop those metrics in the next couple of months. Well, right now we are looking ahead to a big city council vote this week. It's about what to do with your tax dollars. A new business tax brought in an unexpected surplus of $60 million. Mayor Ted Wheeler wants to use $18 million for additional homeless programs and $7 million to hire more police. Last week, the commissioners heard hours of public testimony about what should be in the next budget. Almost 300 people signed up to speak. The ideas ranged from cleaning up the streets to making certain areas more accessible for people with disabilities. Last night, the Portland NAACP held its own listening session.
There is a neglected group of people that seem to get the short end of the stick, and that's senior homeowners. Something has to be done to help them.
I would respectfully request that we demand that the money be used to take away the excess balloon payments and fines created for simple things like peeling paint and tall grass, which has already forced many seniors and other members of the community who are of color out of their homes.
We expect the City Council to vote on this at its meeting coming up on Wednesday. The Portland Police Association has a new president. Sergeant Aaron Schmautz was sworn in last Tuesday. He's a 17-year veteran of PPB. Last week, a federal judge ordered the union, the city, and the feds to come up with a detailed plan to get officers wearing body cameras. This is all happening as the police union and the city negotiate a new contract.
There's a lot of work to do, and I think trying to find priorities, just what can we get done, and get all the way done. If we can get a contract settled and give our members some stability and some understanding about what working here is going to look like moving forward, I think that does kind of clarify for them how we get more people in as well.
And you can hear more from the sergeant all this week on The Story here on KGW at 6 o'clock. They'll also dive deeper into another issue, community distrust of Portland police. A Lake Oswego student is working toward a solution for gun violence. He's part of a national effort to take on the crisis. Students Demand Action advocates for gun safety. Flynn Williams leads the local chapter at Lake Ridge High. He's also one of 20 students on the group's national advisory board.
We're a bipartisan organization. We have gun owners, we have Republicans. It's not just a liberal, non-gun owning movement. We're not trying to take guns away from law-abiding citizens. Our intention is to keep communities safe.
Flynn is working with the group to reduce access to guns among people at risk for suicide. Students Demand Action also advocated for Senate Bill 554. It requires stricter gun storage in Oregon and allows schools to restrict people from carrying guns on campus. Opponents of that effort say it restricts people's ability to lawfully protect themselves.